Lorcana Palace Heist, another Illumineers quest. This time is accompanying the Reign of Jafar set release. And the previous one, if you don't remember, was the Ursula one. I think it was released like 1 year ago. And the box was very different. You had to destroy the box in order to take the content out. But this time they did something clever. Ravensburger did something clever here, which is they created this kind of box, which is on the same size as a villainous box, and it gives that storing capability that otherwise the Ursula you hadn't. So also this, I believe they are trying to sell like a board game fixed closed experience where you buy, you have everything here, the decks, etc. So you can store it and take it out of the shelf, play the Jafar thing, close, and store everything together. So it says 1 to 2. You can add 1 to 2 more players, so if you can bring more decks and play. So at least Ursula was playable up to 4. And let's see a little bit what it is included. So I can't show everything on a vertical, but it has for 1 or 2 players, because no one plays as Jafar. Jafar plays automatically. Steal back the crown. So you need to get some kind of crown back. Threatening chase in this game of keep away a ruthless underlying or item from Jafar's deck is all he needs to seize a crown, but make it through the traps and obstacles is set up throughout the palace, and you'll recapture his source of power. Okay. The other one just hitting Ursula or get to 20 lore before her. She had to go to 40. Let's see this one. Dealing out danger. Jafar will do anything to stop you. From his self-playing deck, he deploys parallel defenses from colossal moving statues to deceptive illusions and even the full might of desert sands. Oh, Ursula was really difficult, at least for me, really difficult. Fighting chance whenever you go after the crown on your own or teamed up with a friend. The 2-player deck are designed with characters, items, and more that will help you on your daring quest. Okay. So what we will find inside is the Jafar deck, 2 playable decks which could be used later on as like outside this game to fight other decks. 1 oversized Jafar, the crown, the rules, and counters and whatever. So let's see what is inside. Even the stickers from the box, they are the stickers. The tape here is exactly the same tape as Villainous. So definitely this is coming out from the same factory. The size of the box, the sealing of the box. Okay, I think this is going to take a while to open. So I'll just pause the video and show it open. Okay, the tape is gone. Time to move in to this palace heist. Okay, what is this? Oh, actually there's a board now. There's a board. The smell smells like villainous. Rules, we'll take a look at that. The Jafar oversized card protect in paper envelopes. The 2 decks, deck A and deck B, we'll take a look at them. There's a place to store. Okay, more thing. Oh, there's Bolt is one of them. There's a box for the decks. There's another deck, the boss deck, as you can see, that's going to be Jafar. Oh, I was looking for this. Be it known, the content shall remain hidden while I, Jafar, am the supreme sorcerer of Lorcana. So this is kind of reward. Once you beat for the first time, you can open. And in Ursula, you can see the video. I have the video. It's a card that is a special edition for this, a foil special edition, but a card that you can use later on in any of your deck. The tokens, there are some different tokens here, maybe to track everything, and that's it. And just to show you what is inside the box. I like these raid decks very much. So let's start with the menu. So much content here for us to take a look. The menu is surprisingly thin, so it will help the overview, the setup. Oh, there's a video if you want to deep dive probably. Then the difference if you play with 1, Jafar draws less cards and there's only a checkpoint where he starts drawing more. With 2 it becomes more difficult, and then with 4 he draws a lot. etc. And then I will explain how this works after we open everything. So just gonna give you a bit of, there's the structure of the turn. See it? Then the oversized cards. So these are this represents Jafar as the enemy. There's no special use for this, it's just on the table representing Jafar. And then you have the difficulty levels. And so there's going to be easy one, normal one, then extreme and hard. The difference within this is that there is a modifier here to make it harder, and then the abilities that you can use lore during your turn to spend to do these abilities, they also change. Okay, so this represents the throne room that we are invading, etc. I'm curious about this board, very curious, because with Ursula was just another playmat made of paper. Let's see if the board adds anything interesting. Let me open some space here first to take a look at the board. I think there's a, oh, it's a 4 size. It's bigger than I was expected, so I need to show you everything. Who do we have here? So we have Jafar, and what is it doing? So these guys look like they were the ones. Oh, there! Everyone is after this crown. Bolt is jumping. Aladdin. Maybe this reveals a bit of the decks. There will be a Bolt deck, Aladdin deck. There must be an Aladdin deck, right? There must be an Aladdin deck. And there's also these human characters, which I think they are representing the players or something. There's Basil Detective there. There's another player. No. Is there? No, that's not a Disney character. I don't know what that is. So then on the other side, what do we have? I think we have exactly the same things, but now we can call this a board game, right? Because there's actually a board. And then there's the lore. If Jafar gets to 40 here, see 40, he just wins. You need to, all of your players need to get there faster. That's where you put the item. Where's the crown? There's no crown there. Where's the crown? Ah, maybe there's the crown. I'll show it. Then this is where Jafar puts his cards, his ink, this card, scenario deck, Jafar and, yeah. Oh, there's locations now. So this didn't exist on Ursula. And then the drawing power that he has. That's it. So there's the tokens. Now let's go here and see what we have. Yeah, the board is exactly the same thing. So there's this crown, which is the item that you're trying to steal. At the start of their turn, whoever has this item gains 2 lore. Okay, so definitely everyone will like to take their hand in. If this item would leave play for any reason, Jafar steals it, so it never goes away. While Jafar has the item, he can't lose the game. So this crown will be here, we'll be trying to steal. This is gonna ramp a bit the lore, apparently. And oh, there's a box also for the Jafar deck. That's cool. And the box for, now we know. So there's no Aladdin deck, as you can see. It's gonna be a Bolt slash a Goofy and a Pinocchio slash Elsa. The size of the box clearly shows that you can have the decks here without, with sleeves. See? That's the space, remaining space. Very good, very clever. There's always, we should always praise for that. Okay, crown. And well, let's take a look at the decks. I'm just gonna start with Jafar here. Jafar normally doesn't, I don't sleeve these decks because there's, if you carefully shuffle, then it's a deck that is not shuffled much. It just stays there. There's no cards in hand, etc. There's no kids destroying the cards. So I normally keep this unsleeved. Okay. So this is a bit of how the game is played, the cost of the ink that Jafar needs to have. So you reveal cards. In the beginning, there's a stage where you reveal the cards, and then if you cannot pay the cost, the card goes to the ink, and so it becomes it starts piling ink for the future cards. So some cards have really high cost, so if you draw that, there's no way for Jafar to play that, and it just goes to the ink there. Okay. So yeah, the Metal Scorpion. These cards have stupendous stats here. It's got high damage, high defense. It's really tough to kill. So I still need to figure it out what is the best way to play this. If it's like run for the lore, or someone kills and the other ones run. Because with Ursula, it's been a nightmare. It's so difficult for me with my decks. My decks are not competitive. I'm using the starter decks to play, and it's really, really a challenge. I hope that the difficult level of the Jafar Palace is slightly lower, because sometimes it's really frustrating, especially for the kids. They don't want to play it anymore the first time they lose. So yeah, I know it's a learning process. They need to know they need to learn not to lose. But it's difficult. At least I would like to pass that feedback to everyone that is interested to try. It has been a difficult challenge with my decks. So this Scorpion has Evasive, so you see these stats, Evasive also goes for quest and Simultaneous Strike. When Jafar plays this character, each Illumineer chooses and banishes one of their characters, one of their items. Oh, come on, look at this. So this guy comes out, I know it costs 7, but after a while it's very easy for him to have 7. And it just banishes 3 things: locations, items, and characters. So each thing that comes out, it just destroys everything. Ursula was constantly tsunaming, killing all the characters, etc. So we could never build a strategy. It was super difficult. Apparently it's only one. The Palace Guard, 2/6 for just 3, and when Jafar plays his character, he steals the crown. So the crown goes back to Jafar. Iago, Bodyguard. He comes in exerted for the Bodyguard to be immediately effective. While this character is exerted, Jafar location cannot be challenged. So the location should also be a nightmare. Bodyguard, this character enters play exerted, so that's it. Treasure Guardian. Lumineers can't use battleground abilities. Battleground abilities, what? So the battleground ability is these things. So while this card is in the game, you cannot pay lore for that. Jafar himself is here. Return to me. When Jafar plays this character, he plays all items named Mechanical Snake from his discard pile for free. So yeah, this guy comes in. So imagine the situation where Jafar is drawing 3 cards per turn, and he already has ink for all those cards, and the manual says that if he can pays it for free, so he's deploying 3 cards per turn. So he's playing like as 3 players, and playing beasts like these 5/5s that come in, banish everything, go to the discard and bring everything back. It's very difficult, to the point that I'm planning to use some kind of house rule here, which limits the number of cards that can come in. And this way it slows the game a bit down for you to have a chance. But I would love if someone has any kind of tip, suggestion how to adapt the game a little bit. Please feel free to share on the video comments, because I would love to try this in a more sane way. And the only way that I see is to limit the capacity of Ursula and Jafar to put things simultaneously into play, okay? Jajini. Perfect time. When Jafar plays this character, each Illumineer has an exerted character in play. He gains 3 lore. Oh, this is good, right? If all of them have a character tapped, he gains 3 lore. Okay, so you should have someone that is untapped in order to avoid Genie. It seems like these cards some of them are quite unique. So quite unique in the sense that there's no much repetition. When Jafar plays this character, each Illuminator chooses and discards a card. You see, comes in, damage. Even Jasmine is controlled here. It's an illusion, a bad illusion. Whenever this character quests, Jafar draws a card. And she will quest a lot. More cards for Jafar, more cards. Kazim, when Jafar plays this character, he deals 2 damage to each opposing damage character. Yeah, you see? Comes in, 2 damage to everyone. This is a board wipe. Ta 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 ta. Everyone will go away. The weak characters. Yago, evasive. Whenever this character quests, Jafar steals the crown. He goes and fetches the crown. There's the scarabs, monumental scarab. No, it's not a mechanical scarab. During the Lumineers turn, they may pay 3 to banish this character. Okay, so super strong, but then if you pay 3, it just goes away. Someone needs to. When Jafar plays this character, he deals 3 damage to 3 damage to each opposing character, exerted character. The tiger behemoth, so these are the statues, right, that were mentioned. This character can't be challenged by damaged characters. Abu, just a 6/6. Aladdin Illusion as well with evasive. Basil, we saw Basil in the board, so there he is. The weak, so it's a 1 ink, 3/2. That quests 1 ink, 3/2. Okay, now the actions. I'm almost afraid to see what these actions will do. 1 damage to each opposing character, then this card goes to ink. So 1 damage to everyone, then 1 more ink for me to cast other things. Destructive misstep. Jafar. We haven't seen any location. Jafar location, lose ward until the start of the next turn. The Lumineers may choose up and banish up one of the Jafar. Oh, misstep. So there are cards now that go in automatically and do bad things for Jafar. That's new. Ursula. Oh, I don't remember Ursula having these helping cards. Lose ward and then banish. Okay. Disastrous Sunstorm. Maybe this is good. Each eliminator choose and banish one of their... No, this is the opposite. This is the opposite. Jafar gains 2 lore, then put this card in Inkwell. Jafar exerts all opposing characters. They can't ready attack. Look at this. Jafar exerts all opposing characters. They can't ready at the start of their turn. So everyone just loses a turn. It's impossible. It's, again, I'm already feeling the same pain as before. These raid decks are crazy, crazy, crazy. Each Illuminator chooses one of their characters, items, or location. Then Jafar banish all other opposing characters. There's another board wipe. Sandwave. Jafar returns all opposing exerted characters to their ends. See how many cards, how many board wipes have I just passed through? Mechanical Select, there it is. Cost 0. Seize the crown. When Jafar plays this item, he steals the reforged crown. Banish this item, Jafar gains 2 lord. So I haven't seen how the crown is stolen, right? If you will be, well, Jafar is that, you can lose it. So how do you steal the crown? How do you steal the crown? Maybe the deck steal the crown? Doesn't make much sense. How do you steal the crown? At the start of Jafar turn, you banish this item to have each Illuminator choose one of their characters and deal 4 damage. Yeah, 4 damage to one of your characters. Jafar deals 1 damage to each opposing character. So yeah, this is permanent, and every turn, 1 damage. Okay, locations now. When Jafar plays this location, he deals 1 damage to each opposing character. Another kind of a board wipe. And it's generating lord, costs 8. There's no movement there. Vertigo. When Jafar plays this location, he deals 3 damage to the character with the highest cost for within all of them. Royal Armory. Damage dealt to this location is reduced by 1. So yeah, it's just to kill it, to remove that extra lore. +1. Ward. Okay, so that's the one that has ward. 2. 10 to kill. Oh, come on. Deep Well Labyrinth. Whenever a character challenges this location, each Illuminator chooses and discard a card. Come on. In order to take 6, you need lots of characters to challenge this location, and every time you do that, discarding a card. All of illusions. Opposing characters cannot quest. Opposing characters cannot quest. Wards, again, when Jafar plays his location, it deals 2 damage to each opposing character. So yeah, there's soul blades, etc. And what is this? This is nothing. Ink mode. It's just a location. It costs 5. I don't get this. Why? This card is a mystery for me, at least for now. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. So I'm going to explain to you why this is a nightmare to play, because that's a sequence of the game, right? It's described here. So Jafar plays like this. In the beginning, you ready all the cards. Then you set, start of the turn, effects happen. If Jafar has the crown, he gains those 2 lore. If he has locations, he also gets the lore from the locations, blah, blah. Then you start resolving the row here, the cards here. Okay. So if there are items, you activate the items. If characters can quest, they quest. If characters can't quest and have a reckless, I don't remember seeing one, they challenge and you choose who gets the damage. And then the pain starts. The second part of the pain comes in, which is one at a time, Jafar draws the number of cards indicated by his draw token. There it is. Don't reveal those cards yet. Place them face down in a pile next to his deck, where it says hand. So you draw 3, 2, whatever. You put them there. Any cards that's returned to Jafar goes to this pile. Okay, so indeed there's a hand which is there. And then the reveal. This is where you start crying. Jafar reveals and acts on every card in his hand, one at a time. After finishing with one, move to the next one until there are no cards left in your hand. That's where I put my house rule, because this is obscene. Because imagine you turn one card and reveal it, then check the cost and the amount of ink in the inkwell. Jafar doesn't have to pay ink, so you just have to have the ink. There's no tapping. Right? Just have to have. If Jafar has enough ink to play the card, he does it for free. So imagine 4 inks, 4 cards costing 4, the 3 cards come in. Like, he represents 3 players, I know, but he should represent 3 players with comparable powers, right? Not those creatures and board wipes that I've shown you. If the card is a character or an item, place it at the end of the row. Doesn't make much of a difference. If it's a location, go to the location part, and then if it's an action, just resolve. And if he doesn't have enough ink to play the reveal card, he puts it in the inkwell face down. Okay, so this is a high cost card. I cannot put it. I just put here for the next turn. Okay. If Jafar runs out of cards, the next time he has to draw, shuffle the discard and make a new deck. So what happens is, first turn, Jafar has 0 ink. Draw 3 cards or 2 cards, whatever. I cannot cast ink. So he has 2 inks already for the next turn. Next turn, 3 cards or 2, whatever. I cannot cast. Oh, I can cast. He casts it. The other, I cannot cast ink. Third turn, I cannot cast ink. Not cast ink. By the fourth turn, he already has 6 or 7 inks. And so, meaning that he can play anything here. 7 is always the maximum, at least from what I remember. So at the third turn, he is completely overrunning everyone. That's the way I see it. And it's really difficult you saw the cards, you saw the effects. So you at your fourth turn, third turn, you're starting to have some kind of strategy to get lore, or to fight normal powered characters, but not these beasts that come with these decks. So yeah, it's really tough. So my house rule is that when Jafar has a card that he cannot cast, goes to ink and stops there, because that means, like a normal player, you can only drop 1 ink per turn, right? Only 1 ink per turn, unless you ramp. with other cards. So why does Jafar rams 3 per turn? Why? I don't think it makes sense. So that's my house rule to keep things simple. Because also don't forget that when you play the scenarios, there's also the modifier. So I'm going to show you the modifiers for you to see. So the easy mode. Jafar characters enter play exerted. Which means that, which means what? Which means they can be attacked. They can be attacked. Okay. Then, on normal, Jafar begins the game with ink mode in play, which, where was this? Why does he need that? I'm still struggling with this crap. Why does he need to have that in play? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. It doesn't generate anything, so I may be missing something here. Then there's the hard mode. Jafar begins the game with ink mode in play, and Jafar locations gain +1 to resist. So it's even harder to destroy those things. Then on extreme, there's only one effect to help you. Costs 4, and then on Jafar's side, Jafar begins the game with ink mode in play. Jafar locations get evasive and +1. Okay, so this thing will also generate lore. That's it. That's why this thing is here, to generate on extreme. Guys, if you are up to a challenge, then yes, I truly recommend. If you want to really test your decks, then this is gonna be huge for you. Because I think you need to build some decks specialized in this challenge. But then the decks that come, definitely they are not specialized, because they have cards that you could find on the sets. So now I'm gonna open the Goofy and Bolt one. You see, so these are from 8 set, are from the set itself, the Jafar set, some of them. And Goofy is 3/4. At the end of your turn, you may remove up to 1 damage from each of your other characters. Ready, each character you remove damage is made. This looks like, hey, okay, so if you have a Goofy, then this is gonna be easy. But then Goofy just takes 1 board wipe, whatever, and he's dead. And he doesn't come back. And it's only 1 Goofy. Bolt from, it's from Shazaria, right? It's a Shazaria Bolt. We recognize this image. Support 3, and whenever you ready this character, gain 1 lore for each other undamaged character you have in play. Wow. So that's why you want to heal everything? Oh, you can banish an illusion. Okay, that's strong. So illusions are now becoming a core part of this thing. So Bolt stare. He just look at the illusion and the illusion runs away. From 6, Lilo here. At the start of your turn, if this card is in your discard, you may play her, and she enters play exerted. Okay, so if she goes to the discard, she can come back. That's good. So this is gonna be a dual deck with gray cards. I've seen a few. Okay, so cool. Yeah. Epic Ball of Awesome. There's a Rhino. Revive. Rhino again from 7 set. Another Bolt. Vincenzo Santorini from this set. Yeah. The Knights for the Bodyguards. Nani from 6. Oh, there's a Stitch here. There's a Stitch. Monterey Jack. Try everything. I'll try everything. Invited to the ball. Amber Chronicon. Healing. Penny. When you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character and they gain resist +1. That's it. Pluto. Hot Potato. Simba. Zipper. Zipper from Jafar. 3 Zipper. Atitaya as well. Another Bolt. I love these dual decks because I really want to have one deck for all the combinations. It's really cool. And this is filling the gap for the yellow and gray, which I have other cards for yellow and gray, so I need to make something different because this slot is already occupied now with a strong deck. At least with a logic deck. Trusty here, Vanellope Van Schweetz, the Healing Touch. You got the touch. Lots of healing here. Mulan, Akela, Hercules, Bolt, the Raining Stuff, and Simba, and Dartor Calico, which I don't know from which movie this is. Is it from Bolt? I don't remember. There's a cat that looks like antagonist for Bolt, but I don't remember Bolt that much. But my guess would be Bolt. What else? Then the other one, the Pinocchio Elsa one. Pinocchio Elsa one will be a purple something deck. Let's see, Pinocchio evasive, and during your turn, whenever this character, you may draw a card. So I draw a drawer, and Elsa is okay. We're gonna bring the blue one. So red and green are out. Those decks need to be built. Whenever this character quests, you make the chosen character. If you do, and you have Anna in play, the chosen character can't ready at the start of their turn. So you just unite forces. See the fire there? That's cool. Unite the forces. Elsa. Into the unknown. Yeah. Anna, there's Anna there. Olaf. And the monster. So that's strong frozen deck. Indeed, that's really strong frozen team here. Their mother. Bruni. Pinocchio friends. Forest Duel. Sven, more frozen. Okay. Lots of cards from. So if you have a deck a booster box from this edition, lots of these cards were already there. So I was planning to build this deck, but now I just have it. I'll try to focus on building something different with cards from previous sets, and that's it. Sir Panilor, Ludwig von Drake, Sisu, Honey Marin, Elsa, more Elsas, Yelena, Ryder, the Knock, Pen, King Candy, Olaf, and more Anna. So lots of Annas for you to combo there. And Water has memories. Okay, I think Pinocchio here is completely irrelevant. Let's call this Anna and Elsa deck. That's what it is, Anna and Elsa. In order for you to draw some cards. And even there's the rare is Elsa. I haven't seen this card yet from Ashazarius. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, Lorcana is a cool game. If you like Disney, then it's a good experience. Now these dual decks, they are increasing or expanding or whatever, creating these archetypes that you may want to follow. And then if you give me 10 archetypes, what I'll do is I'll try to follow the 10 archetypes. I know that's my problem. That's between myself and myself. But anyway, I hope you like this video to the point that you consider hitting that like button and subscribing. I have this big playlist for Lorcana, where I have lots of content decks, boosters, raid decks, as well as for all the other major card games out there, and very big playlist for board games. And if you like podcasts, then I have the podcast at Table Talks, where I'm inviting and interviewing people to get to know their projects, their stories, their profiles, while playing board games online with them. So I definitely think that you will find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing and to be part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.